Hi everybody, hello and welcome back to my channel. I have been mapping my journey on this twin flame adventure for a couple of years now, I think, or a year and a half at least. So today I'm doing a reading just to catch up on what the Divine Masculine is feeling and where he is. Basically, I did a spread instead of doing the shuffling, and I picked out the cards, very similar to what Mystic Moon does, because I like her way of, really getting down to it very quickly. So I did this, and I find this way of reading does actually work for me very well. So the first card I got was the Six of Cups, which is how the Divine Masculine is feeling, and I was thinking about my Divine Masculine just before I drew these cards. So we've got the Six of Cups, we've got the Nine of, we've got the Fulfillment and Wishes card, which is the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. And then we have the Passion, Positive Movement Forward with the 8 cards, sort of more like the 8 of Wands in the traditional tarot. So positive movement forward. So let's look at more of what these are. So the Divine Masculine is feeling nostalgic, and he is remembering times gone past. You see all the flames here. You've got 2 flames here, and you've got this third energy here. This is the obviously 6. I can't see 6 cups, but obviously there are. This is a 6, a number 6, which is love and unity, memories of love. The candle is actually purple, which is a spiritual remembering sort of divine love. And Spirit is asking him to not dwell on the past here, but to capture the essence of love that he felt with his divine feminine, that sort of high love that he needs to imbue in his body. So you can see he's holding that state, that love in his hand. He's taking from it the love that he felt, and he's not dwelling too much on the past, which is a good thing. So in terms of energetic alignment with Spirit and just being in that state of higher love, he's attracting to him the wishes fulfilled. So here we have the equivalent of the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the treasure chest here, which is on top of this big leaf, which shows that there's been a lot of hard work gone into his spiritual journey with these water flowing and a lot of green with the heart chakra. There's been a lot of learning, a lot of water under the bridge, so to speak. And so he's about to, and I think this is past, present and future. Yeah, so we'll do past, present and future general. He is actually reaping the rewards of his hard work at the moment, spiritually, mentally, physically, materially. And he has been working hard this year. I know he has. But today, at least for my twin anyway, is the last day of a concert that he's doing. And apparently, from looking at their itinerary, July, August and September, he doesn't have anything on. So I don't know what he's going to be doing with those 2 months, but that's none of my business. But I just know that he's at the end of a sort of a hard-working, physically materialistic period, and perhaps he's got a couple of months off. Whatever he does with those months, I don't know. But I have been feeling some sort of deep missing energy that's kind of stopped me in my tracks. And if you watch Twinfinity, the 2 twin flames that are telling their story at the moment, they call this a TF moment, a twin flame moment. I do love them, and I love their story. So at the moment, he's reaping the rewards, fulfillment of wishes. He can see them coming true, or they are coming true. And then in the future, or very near future, moving on from that, we've got positive movement forward. And this is where he's creative, passionate. This card is more for people in the arts, the creative world, music, etc. They are moving towards this sunlight, and they're going to be recognized for their hard work, and it's all plain sailing from now on, sort of thing, because they will move forward in a positive, beautiful way in terms of wisdom energy. So Spirit, please give us that energy, the wisdom energy from the wisdom of the oracle deck, sorry, wisdom of the realms by Colette Baron-Reid. So I'm going to just shuffle a little bit. Oh, that one wants to come out. Okay, so that one's there. And if they do jump out, I'm going to take them because they obviously want to be seen. But I'm just going to move this here and just go like that. And then, so we've got the clarifier for that one. What's the clarifier for the fulfillment of wishes, please, Spirit? The High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness and Consideration. This is the number 1 card, and with the 9 it creates the completion. So here we've got the wish fulfilled, compassion, heart, love, reverence and kindness. So he's feeling very reverent at the minute. He's which is a beautiful state to be in, reverence. It's a really mystical, higher level energy to actually connect with. So nothing can get him down at the moment. I hope you can see that. Nothing is getting him down at the moment. He is absolutely in his zone in terms of feeling the love and feeling really positive, and actually in a very strong space to be able to perhaps move towards the divine feminine, because he's feeling so reverent and appreciative. Perhaps he realizes that all of the worry and the fear about how she's going to react when he does eventually come back, this doesn't matter anymore, because he's just feeling so compassionate with himself and with others, and it's a number 1 as well. So let's clarify the positive movement forward card, please, Spirit. So we've got here a garden, yes, Gaia's garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So this is so perfect. We have positive movement forward and coming towards the garden. Everything's coming to fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So he's, as I say, he's done all of this hard work. And I forgot to mention this card here, sorry. This is what he was feeling like before. Self-sabotaging, poverty consciousness. He doesn't deserve this love. He was reminiscing in a way that was unconstructive. But now Spirit's saying, you've learned this love from your twin flame. So keep that state with you. It's like you didn't meet for no reason. It's like, don't waste the energy that you two created, this third energy of love. Hold on to it. Keep it in your hand, because one flame lights another flame. All other flames come from the one flame. So nothing is lost, nothing is gone. It's just within you. It's in your cells. And so you are not this prison waif that is lacking in the poverty of love and that doesn't deserve. You know, it's like, let go of that. Allow that to disappear, that sort of feeling of lack. And so he's feeling very rich in terms of what he's achieved. And now the next movement forward is this fruition of abundance and reaping what he sows. And with the positive movement forward, this is absolutely a wonderful story that's unfolding here. So I'm going to pick those up. So now that we have the wisdom, we have this wisdom where he's in this reverent state which is going to bring in the abundance and the, you know, the garden of fruit that he's been growing. And also, many of you know that I do have an allotment, and I'm using that to attract my twin flame. And I think another reader today was talking about the garden, and I was half in and half out of sleep, and I just smiled at that they were using that terminology. So because of all this heart energy, I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland and see what energies are coming up in terms of the heart energy, so that we can just, you know, and what do we do with this, Divine Feminines? We just rejoice in the fact that the masculine has really come a long way, that we've been holding space, and that we've actually, you know, we're nearly there. We have to hold on. Other readings that I've had in dreams this week, you know, especially on the morning of the lunar eclipse, I had amazing dreams, and you know, it's all about holding on. You're going to the next level. Hold in there. Don't give up now, because a miracle is about to happen, and you need to just have that faith and keep in this state of centeredness in your goddess, you know, sort of higher energy. So I'm going to shuffle these a little bit again. So Spirit, can you give us the psychic, the energy of the heart for the Divine Masculine as he's going through this transition into this, coming out the other side, a much more enlightened and positive person? So this one wants to come out, opening up. So it's, yes, it's opening up. His heart is opening up now. So that's going to go there rather than it being closed down. And then let's just do one of these like that. And let's clarify this one here, please, Spirit. Okay, so I want this one. Changing the focus. Yeah, so he's had a change of focus, and he has he's looking towards the fruits of his labor as he sees the opportunities of the work that he's experiencing now, all the fulfilled wishes coming true. He's feeling compassionate, and this is causing him to change his focus. So this is number 5 card, which is change. So this eclipse energy, I kind of felt his change of focus yesterday with this sort of energy of missing. So he has been feeling closed down and reminiscent in a way that was self-sabotaging, but now he's opening up to the possibility and changing his focus to one of possibilities and change from the perspective of love and compassion. So he's really feeling amazing at the moment, really positive, and actually taking action in the physical, changing their focus, which is what we've been waiting for. So to clarify this set here, we've got the solar plexus in reverse. So this just means that he has been, and here we have the sun here as well, so it's the solar plexus. This just means that he's more in connection with his inner power, self-empowerment, rather than having to defend it from the outside. He's more in tune with it. He's more flowing with it on this. He's more at peace with his new sense of power, and he is controlling it. You know, like the emotions are literally water, and the wind, the sails are the one that directs you. And there is a saying, you cannot control the direction of the wind, but you can change the direction of the sails. And basically that's what he's done with the change of direction. You know, the wind has been going, but he's changed his focus. It's the same colour. Her headband, scarf is the same colour. And so he has changed the direction of his thinking, which is inwards to, he is powerful, he knows it, he's at peace with it, he's centered with it, and he no longer has to seek validation about his personal empowerment, his own self-worth, his identity from the outside, because he's very, very much on his own in this little boat, sailing it. He's in control, he has the oars, and he knows how to manipulate and maneuver the wind, the sails, so that it works with the wind, you know. And so he's very, very, he's kind of like a master now. And this is what Caroline Myss teaches, is to really get in touch with this choice. This is where you make choices from. This is where you have conviction. This is where you believe in your own abilities. This is the solar plexus chakra. And when you can make empowered choices, no matter what's happening around you, this is where you feel very, very much in control and have, you know, a much more strengthened view of who you are. And the self-esteem that goes with that is also strengthened as well. So that is really, really wonderful. So now we're going to look at, because we're going sort of forward, and on the bottom of the deck there we have challenging times, which is he's standing in his power, you know. And on the bottom of that we have well deserved, and on the bottom of that we have blossom, heal, success and growth, flow, and the Lovers. So an amazing story unfolding for the Divine Masculine. Absolutely all very, very positive and amazing cards. So the next one is going to be the direction of the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. So we're looking at the fact that he's changed his focus, he's opening up, and he's now more in his power, more at peace with his own sense of power. And this is what's bringing in the abundance, is because he's very much aligned with his true self, and he's standing in that power, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So we're going to look at the direction for the Divine Masculine. What is the direction of this energy? So we're looking at, you know, which way have the sails been set in terms of energetic movement forward. Okay, so this one here, yeah, so his world has had to fall apart in order to change and open up. You can see here the mirroring of the opening up, using the crack book to reveal this beautiful aligned person. So before was this sort of people that were carrying away fear, and also this, her hair is over her eyes, and also she's now opened up, she's standing up straight, she's looking straight forward, and she's very aligned. So that was in the past. So the current energies for the Divine Masculine is the Talisman. Yes, he has everything he needs, the wish fulfilled, the treasures there on the path. He's ready to, he's changed his focus forward, and he has everything he needs, all the knowledge, and that is the compassion and love with which he is moving forward. The Talisman is where you have this sort of wisdom here, the symbolic wisdom emblem. I always remember my nan gave me a talisman once, and I never knew what it meant, but it's kind of like a Dennis Wheatley thing. So it's kind of a mystical, occult symbol for knowing where to go next down that path of wisdom. So to clarify this one here, we have metamorphosis. Yeah, absolutely. So the Divine Masculine is now he has changed, He's spreading his wings. He's opened up. He's spread his wings in terms of not being afraid to be in his own power, moving forward, and the metamorphosis is bringing in that abundance and the reaping what he sowed. So he's in a really, really good position at the moment, in terms of the change of focus and the metamorphosis as a result of that change of focus. He is more aligned with the divine feminine and where she is at in terms of the journey she's been through. He is kind of catching up very quick, and what's driving him is this love, this six of love, and this energy of the desire to be in this love state, enough of the poverty and enough of the and obviously the transformation of coming apart has meant that he's had to open up, had to give in and surrender, I would say, rather than give in. He's had to surrender to the idea of opening up, changing his focus into a new identity of power, wisdom and knowledge, which is coming from compassion, and seeing the fruits of his labor with the nine of with the wish fulfillment card here, and that those wishes coming true, where he's stronger, he's moving forward creatively with his passions and his desires, and there's a completion. Gaia's garden is 18, it's a 1 and a 9, and then we have this metamorphosis, which is absolutely incredible. So really lovely positive reading for the Divine Masculine on this post-eclipse day on the Saturday. So we're going to do the romance angels now. How's he feeling in terms of romantic energy towards the Divine Feminine as he moves forward, being driven by this love, this desire to reach higher states? How is he feeling? What is the messages that we can enjoy for the Divine Masculine at this time? Okay, so to clarify this set here, we have, it's been worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So absolutely, it's been worth waiting for, and he's known that. He's been waiting for things. He's actually been wiser than we've given him credit for, because he has been waiting and knowing that it's absolutely been worth waiting for. So to clarify this set here, we've got healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So there's been a lot of healing going on, a lot of karmic energy being cleared. And this has resulted in the high love, the love and compassion energies. And so healing generally does culminate in forgiveness, healing, compassion, deep understanding, letting go, and the rewards of that is that you see the world as a new place of adventure, of new opportunities, richness. And so the wish fulfillment is, you've been wanting peace and moving away from this agony and pain. He's now feeling a sense of peace through having forgiven a lot of the family and karmic energies that have been going on. So to clarify this one here, please, Spirit, what can we have? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So we've had this is a metamorphosis, a change, abundance. So there is abundance of finances and career in terms of it being an issue. I wouldn't say it was an issue. It may have been an issue in the past, but what has changed is the strength in knowing that he's put in a lot of work. He's a professional. He knows how to, make money. and physical things happen. He does have a career where it's, you know, it's quite lucrative, I should imagine. And those things are coming into, you know, fruition now. And so it is less of an issue where it was in the past, and now he can pick all the flowers he wishes from that lovely garden that we're cultivating. So on the bottom of the deck we have the retreat, which is time to disconnect from the world. So perhaps there's going to be some time off where he's able to reflect and connect back now that he's got this new metamorphosis and change of focus, starting from a new slate. So let's look at the energy deck now. Let's see what the energy is in terms of the this is the energy deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, Energy Oracle. This is, after all, an energy reading. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee there. So what is the energy for the Divine Masculine? Spirit, please give us the energies that clarify this story that we have building up here. This one wants to come out. So Angel of Balance. Yeah, so there's been a sense of balance working through him. It's all been happening with this breaking apart, this realization of the love that he's holding on to. It's helped to balance him. And there she's holding on to a bottle of blue water, which also is balanced. It's very very even, and it emotions in there. So she's holding it in a very balanced way. There's the pyramids in the background. She's got a lot of blue going on, which is about communication. So inner communication with himself in terms of arguing out, you know, this, am I crazy? Am I doing the right thing? What do I need to do? Knowing that it's worth waiting for. So he's got, you know, this sort of need to be in patience that they've had to deal with, is what's helped them to come into balance, sort of like a temperance exercise in a way. So this next one here, what's clarifying? So healing family issues. We've got the envy card here, clarifying the healing family issues card. So maybe there was a lot of jealousy, maybe on his part, and he's let go of that now. Maybe there was jealousy when he was younger and things like that, that, you know, he had to deal with, that kept popping up, and he's attracted, you know, his karmic partner that caused him to feel jealousy again. And this is now healed in terms of healing all of that past karmic jealousy energy. So the next one to clarify, please, Spirit. We've got appreciation. So he's now in a space of appreciating everything that's happened. And actually appreciation is the state that brings in more abundance, which here we've got abundance, fruition, metamorphosis, finances. Appreciation is the state that actually manifests more of the abundance in your life. So if you ever want to manifest abundance, and there is the rose again, and I think in a another reading I did, I talked about the rose. I think it was in the Twin Flame story series that I do. It said, look out for the rose. So here is the rose of abundance. And the idea of rose being the past tense of rise, risen, I have risen. that came to me the other day about that word. And she's holding it up high, this rose. She's risen above. I rise above. So if any of you know about Maya Angelou, she says this poem, you know, and still I rise, and still I rise. So it's been that kind of movement forward, the rising of the rose. And now I have a rose. I have a rose. So Divine Feminine, what you're going to do with this? Well, you just need to stay in this energy. And lo and behold, on the bottom of the deck, we have man holding a heart. And that is how he is at the minute. He's got his heart firmly in his hand. He knows what he wants. And I've never noticed it before, but there's a heart-shaped piece of material missing from his knee in his trousers here. And he's needing to fill that, to patch that up. So, man holding a heart, completion. So he's fully in his power. He's ready. He wants the retreat. So Divine Feminine, let's believe, let's get ourselves together and hope that we have done enough work ourselves to keep the Divine Masculine in tow, to keep him on the path. So I'm going to draw a Rumi card now as a last message from the Divine, from the Masculine to his Feminine. So Spirit, can we please have a Rumi card that's going to send a message to the Divine Feminine from the Divine Masculine? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, yes, this one wants to come out. So I won't turn it over just yet. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got Beyond the Threshold of Fear. So that's where he's traversed. He's traversed the threshold of fear. And what do we have? From nothing to everything. So this, I've never seen this card before. I've never drawn this card. It's a 16. So it's together is a 7, where the spiritual transformation has occurred. And again, from nothing to everything, the colours are very similar in terms of the opening up and the change of the focus. So I'm going to read that now. 16. From nothing to everything. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are the fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill off the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one I have a shaky left hand, than one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour forth from the cosmic poet in every moment are so rich that they inspire the creation of art and music. What was this card about? Art and music. So positive movement forward. One such story is especially created for you, yes you, with a starring role and all the best supporting cast. You shall grasp in wonder, awe, glee and delight when you hear it. It is a great romance, a great adventure, with an ending truly spectacular and divine. Would you wish to hear it? Become attentive now. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the greater storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. There are moments on the path of love that seem to focus on letting go of identities, of knowledge and certainty, of opinion, and even attempts at control. We may feel as though we are being stripped back to our core, and even then, perhaps further still. We may wonder if we can bear it. What shall, if at all, remain intact through these rigours? We may feel challenged every time we attempt to become something great, as though we are blocked by the circumstances beyond our control. Again and again, it is though a greater hand smacks our wrist the moment we try to take hold of something firmly, someone, anything that brings us certainty or inner stability. Such are the rigours at an advanced stage on the path. We meet this challenge when our soul is ready for it. Why must it be thus? This is a sage question indeed. When we are asked to dispense with our story, the interpretations we have given to our life experiences over the years, we may not hear the request at first. We may vaguely note it, but not recognize the great divine source asking this of us. And so we do not give such an inclination due accord. We may persist with spinning our own tales instead. Oh, and our mind may fancy itself to be a great wrangler of the word, impressed with its own judgments and declarations. Yet in the light of comparison with the divine tale for our soul, all our fancies just pass away, so breaking apart there, revealed as so very frail, like the clouds dissipating in the sky. Perhaps we are graced with the realization there is so much more, and this is the gift, the rewards and the change of focus, the realization that there is so much more. Or perhaps we still don't get the hint and move into struggle as we try to enact what we think our story should be. We may hit obstacle after obstacle and create even more terror in our storytelling, but life is such a pain, a struggle, that success may not be for us, that we are forgotten and unheard. Yet we could equally choose to wonder if obstacle after obstacle, closed door after closed door, is just a prompt to look for the open window, to climb through, and if so, instead of seeking to impose our small story upon the great truth, we can live the truth of our divine destiny. Then something magical happens. We participate through presence along with the unfolding story of our soul journey. We open up, and here's the open up card. We open up to whatever is asked of us, presented to us, happening through us, as we choose each day to come alive as much as we can. Then, as if by magic, there is something else that occurs. That would be grace, real, rich, dripping with goodness and sustenance, grace. This is the sacred blessing that enables us to pay attention to opening doors rather than closing ones. The divine assistance that lets us know our life is proceeding according to a greater intelligence and plan. Once we stop thinking quite so much and live day to day, we will be blessed with the realization that our individual life story is so much more extraordinary and perfect than anything we could have summoned, even with our wildest imagination. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You are being asked to let go, to receive, to become empty, to be filled. This may mean letting go of attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. It may be of no longer holding on to a fantasy of your dream job, but of being guided into your most soulful and successful vocation. It may mean letting go of wishes for your body or health to be other than it is, so that you can simply get on with living each day, taking steps into wellness without thinking beyond one day at a time. This is actually very wise advice. It is the divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender a story or fantasy, it is because reality is knocking at our door more often than not with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about, but in the best way for us. The human experience of this paradox is that you may feel you are giving up hope, that your fantasy is dying. It may be very painful and bring you much grief, but all that is dying is your attachment and the opinion of how it must be. This needs to happen so that you can stop dreaming and start living. This is what is happening for you now. Do not fear any part of your process. Embrace it without expectation, with trust in your heart that the divine is simply guiding you from fantasy to fulfillment. And there you go. Fantasy of having this nostalgic love and what it represents in the old paradigm, to fulfillment of the truth of what's really happening now that you've got this new perspective, and then the abundance and the inner power and the metamorphosis and the appreciation, the finance, the garden, everything comes. So from nothing to everything. Absolutely perfect Rumi card for this reading. So we have the sacred honouring ritual. Place your hands in prayer and bow your head. Say aloud, I choose to trust in the great genius unfolding in my life. I give thanks for the blessings of grace now flowing into my heart. Here you go, that's your appreciation. I have no need to know. I trust in the perfection of my being, unfolding with innate intelligence and wisdom. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, holds me in his protection, and I accept my destiny with a peaceful and trusting heart. Please accept me to surrender the stories, attachments, fantasies and fears that have held me back from living my heart's desires fully. I now choose unconditional trust in the loving genius of life to lead me into my fulfilled destiny now. So be it. You have completed your sacred honouring ritual. So it's really, really spectacular reading for today, and just amazing. So be that peaceful person on the sea who's steering gently according to the wind and adjusting with your inner power. And then see what happens when we appreciate every moment. With reverence. And reverence can sometimes bring you to tears. Yes, that is very true. So if you're feeling reverently emotional, then let it just flow through you and enjoy that the realization that from nothing you actually have everything. So namaste, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care.